Well, Jim, a couple of years ago, we were kind of under the looking glass from the IG and GAO on some of our level 1 programs. We had at least 2 of them on the watch list from OMB, and they were doing regular tech stats on them. And so, we got to a point where, hey, look, we just can't keep doing the same thing and expect that we're going to get a different result here. So we stepped back and we had a lot of conversation throughout the community, throughout the department, and we made the decision that, from our software development to our provisioning to everything we do, we're going to move to agile development and Kanban, so more rapid, quick pace development efforts and provisioning and so forth.
No more of those big bang theories.
No longer the big monolithic builds that take years and either fail big or fail really big.
Or run over budget.
Right. So, we spent a fair amount of time retooling, retraining our program managers to understand Agile and how that how we could move away from our old waterfall method and into an agile environment. Also for our provisioning and for our services, moving to Kanban, which is very similar, but it's a methodology that allows us to do that kind of rapid provisioning, rapid service development. And so we struck out on a few pilots, and mainly in our cargo development area, and then our passenger processing. And throughout the year, we've been able to move from that old planning and requirements and long coding and testing cycles into this 2-week cycle of every 2 weeks. We're coming up with new story points and taking those from ideas to a product by the end of a 2-week cycle, and then bundling those together for regular releases. And it's been a real benefit. We've been able to have really good ongoing dialogue, not only with our frontline officers about the functionality that we're going to deliver, but also our key stakeholders, the department, OMB, the Hill, and really allowing them to see how we're moving along and that we've been able to deliver very much on track to what we promised. So we're not getting any more money. Money is that's the same. We still have to deliver the functionality that we agreed to years ago. I'm happy to say that we're well on our way to doing that. And we've really amped up the participation in a lot of our systems, because a lot of our systems not just used by government employees, but the trading community, the traveling public. So it's been a real success for us. One of the really key projects that we got to do this year with Agile development, I'm pretty sure all of you have heard of Ebola. And you might have heard that we had to implement an Ebola strategy at 5 of our major airports, literally over a weekend.
Wow.
And within the first week, we realized that the data that we were collecting, that our officers were collecting on paper to give to the CDC, there was going to be huge data entry problems with that data. Transcription errors, just all kinds of stuff. So literally within 3 days, because we recognized this on a Wednesday, and by Saturday, we were ready to deploy an application that pre-populated about 50% of the data that the CDC needed and allowed the officers to enter online the rest of the data and then transmit that right over to CDC so it could go directly into their system.
Wow, that's cool. See, most people don't see that. Again, you don't hear these stories, which is why I'm glad we do this show and have a chance to get these stories out there and people hear about some of the great work that's going on that are basically protecting the American public and in the national security interest. And Charlie, I used to tell people if you have no money, then it forces you to be more creative and innovative, and it really does. I mean, because you found ways to do things within the confines of tight budgets, and you're getting them done.
It definitely allows you to get past no.
And is there anything you'd pass on as a key lesson learned here?
We had to really partner with the acquisition community because not only did we have to change the system development processes, we had to change acquisition processes too. And along that lines, we had to shift our vendors to this methodology, and in some cases they came along for the ride, and some cases they didn't.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.